It's great to be here. My name's Henry. I am a filthy American, and I'm sorry. We are horrible. It is my first time in Canada. It's awesome. I love it up here. I just came from having poutine for the first time, so I am about to pass out. But I apologize for that in advance. I've been having a great time. It's beautiful up here. I do have just one question for you Canadians, though. And that is, can I stay? Please, somebody help me. Who here is going to marry me so I can get a green card? Any takers, doesn't matter what gender, that's literally the only reason I'm here. Well, now that I've ingratiated myself to you with Canada material, moving on. One thing that you should know about me, and I hate to be controversial right up top, but I am a gay man. Thank you so much. Very brave. Thank you. Very brave. No, kidding aside, it is true. I am a hero. And I came out when I was 13, which was super chill of me. And came out to my mom, and she said, yeah, we know. I was like, okay, well that's not really fair of you to just assume that I'm gay without talking to me about it. She was like, honey, you had like 7 or 8 imaginary friends when you were a kid, and 5 of them were the Spice Girls. You would sit alone in your room pretending to talk to them for hours, and you insisted that we buy you Lisa Frank stationery every year for your birthday. And on the rare occasions that I would wear a dress, you would squeal with delight and shout, twirl for me, mommy, twirl for me! Some of those laughs sounded like bullying laughs. I mean, look, my mom made some fair points, you know, but regardless, it was like coming out was my moment, you know, and she just took it away from me. So now I cut myself. I was recently reintroduced to someone who forgot my name, which is fine, it happens. But he said this thing that people sometimes say, which is, he was like, I'm so sorry, I'm terrible with names, but I'm great with faces. Which I think is a weird thing to tell people, that you're great with faces. Isn't that kind of the point of the face, to be memorable? I just don't think it's something to commend yourself for, you know? So I can hear people going around saying, hey, remember that girl Erica we met last week? What was her face? That's not a thing. Just apologize and move on, you know? I am trying to be more relatable, you know, connect better with audiences. Anyone else here have debilitating body image issues? Where are my people at? I hate this prison! I hate this prison. I was hooking up with a guy recently, and afterwards he turned to me and he said, you know, you really hide your fat well. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I was worried someone was going to notice that I have a body. I know my Tinder profile says that I'm a Civil War ghost, but you caught me. I'm a human. I just don't know what you're supposed to say to something like that, but you can't win them all. What else is going on with me? I have a roommate who steals. This is true. This is true. What happens is she ends up drinking my soda cans from the fridge without me noticing, and then she feels guilty about it, so she confesses, and she says the same thing every time. She says, I'm so sorry, I was just really thirsty, and I promise I won't do it again. And then she does it again. And you know, it's frustrating, partly because I don't really know how angry I'm really allowed to be. Technically, I rent a room in my roommate's home, and also my roommate is literally an 83-year-old woman named Bonita. Let that sink in. It's a weird living situation. Bit of a Grey Garden situation. Pre-war home, dilapidated. there's, lots of stray cats bringing dead rodents into the house. I came home from vacation recently and she rushed up to me and she was like, Henry, I'm so glad you're home. Just wanted to let you know there is a baby possum nestled up in the corner of the bathroom. He's not aggressive, but we are going to wait until nightfall to release him because they are nocturnal. Didn't want to scare you, just wanted to let you know so you don't step on him. That's the world I'm living in. But it does have its perks. In rent, I pay $5.75 a month, which for LA standards is insane. And that's including utilities. What it's not including is my dignity! Or the apparent Diet Pepsi tax I didn't know about. I don't know, it's just frustrating. So I have started taking her heart medicine. When she runs around saying, has anyone seen my heart medicine? I just say, well, I was just so heartbroken by the lack of soda in the fridge. And your medicine was right there. I promise I'll never do it again. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. She's gonna die soon anyway. Wow, that one really frightened you. I swear I'm not a monster. Swear. I did celebrate a big milestone in my life recently on a lighter note. Earlier this year, I'm in recovery, and earlier this year I turned 8 years sober, which is totally crazy. Thank you. It's crazy, thank you. This unfortunately means that I do remember every asshole that I've hooked up with for the past 8 years in crystal clarity. Being sober in your 20s, you might be able to imagine, is very weird. People don't really know what to do with you at parties. They'll be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Did you want milk? We have milk. It's like, no, not a baby, just an alcoholic. But one of the more interesting reactions I'll get sometimes when I tell people I'm sober, someone will be like, oh, you don't drink? That's so funny. I drink. I mean, I have a glass of wine on the weekends with my friends, or like a beer when I get home from work every night, or sometimes 3 or 4. But it's not, I drink because I like the way it makes me feel. I'm not like trying to fill the void or whatever. I don't have a drinking problem. I mean, look, I'm not like hiding bottles of booze around the house except for the good stuff because I don't want my roommates getting into it, but that's beside the point. I don't have a drinking problem. I don't know where this is coming from. It's not like I black out that often, and I don't drive drunk unless I absolutely want to. So frankly, I think you should get back on your high horse and ride off into the fucking sunset, because I don't have time for your judgmental bullshit. And it's like, whoa, I was not expecting such a beautiful slam poetry performance. You really got into it. But seriously, can I have that glass of milk now? I'll leave you with this on a light note. I've been thinking about death a lot lately. Don't worry, it's in a fun way. I don't think as a culture we're very good with, like, in Western culture, dealing with grief or illness. People get super uncomfortable, as I'm sure many of you are right now, and we don't know how to talk about it. My grandma was recently diagnosed with cancer, thankfully stage 1, but when I tell people this, they say, oh no, what kind? And I say, lung, and then inevitably they say, was she a smoker? Which is like not really what you want to hear when you're telling someone your grandma has cancer, because it's kind of like saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry your grandma has cancer. But can we at least blame her for it? I'm always like, yeah, she was a smoker like 40 years ago, but she's been taking very good care of herself. And am I not going to get a hug out of this? Or, yes, I would like to make it a combo. No, I don't need the receipt. I've been Henry. Thank you so much.
Henry Epstein, ladies and gentlemen, Henry Epstein. Yeah.